Hi guys, it's Cindy. I want to make a video for all the girls out there who I feel who grew up without a dad. I am someone that has a very I mean maybe many can relate. I grew up thinking I knew who my real dad was. So I have a biological, there you go, dad, and I have a dad who I guess you can use the term raise me, but not really because I never saw him around. So my biological dad, his name is Carlos, and my dad, who I was told my whole life is my real dad, his name is Robert. So we have Carlos and Robert. Carlos does not live in the United States. He used to live here, but he was born in Mexico. Robert, he lives in the US, in New York. So growing up, I'm going to put my hands down. I'm going to put my hands away. So this video is dedicated to all the girls who grew up without a father, who didn't know who their father was. Maybe their father passed away. The point is, just someone that grew up without a supportive father figure in their life. And I'm here to validate your feelings. I want to tell you that I feel you, I understand you, I sympathize. I understand truly the pain that comes behind it. Um, I grew up with my mom. She was a single mom with 3 kids. I am the middle child. I am the only girl. And I have an older brother, obviously, and my younger brother. So growing up, my mom would always take me to Robert's house. Um, Robert has a second family with another family that they're not really my family. He just met someone and they had a child, and I was forced to go to their house every weekend or so. Um, but there was never one-on-one father and daughter bonding time. The attention was more towards his daughter that he had with his wife. And yeah, growing up, I would just spend time sometimes, not always. I would just go and visit him at his apartment, go to upstate New York, to outlet malls with his family. But there was really no connection between me and Robert. I just knew he existed, but really no memories other than I would be sent to his house on weekends while my mom, wanted her time, which she deserves at the time, of course. A mom, they're not just moms, they're also human beings who need time to recharge and be alone or spend time with their friends or go to the beach or, travel. Moms deserve that as well. They're not just moms, as great and fantastic as they are. But yeah, there was really no bonding time that I had. So down the line, there's a man called Carlos that messages me on WhatsApp almost every day, telling me, "Oh, my beautiful daughter, you look so beautiful. My beautiful daughter, you look so much like me. I love you. I can't believe how big you've gotten." But that's it. This is just a man on WhatsApp that just messages me randomly because my mom, I guess, gave him my number. But I wouldn't really respond because who are you and why are you talking to me? And I don't recall a memory with you, even though you say these things. I didn't have a bond or relationship with either. Growing up, I lived with that pain, that resentment, that caused me to have a really, really, really bad, dangerous relationship with a male that I met at a young age. And as a young girl, you really don't know what love is. You don't understand what it means for a man to actually love you because you never had it. Oops, my dress opened up. But you never had it. You don't know what it's like to be respected. You are confused. Is it love? Is it not love? Is this love bombing? I know all of the terms now because I'm 27. I've educated myself on it. Obviously, with age, you learn more, you become more mature, you become more wise. Especially that experience, I feel like made me more wise. Um, yeah, I basically got in a very dangerous relationship where I had a knife pointed at me. This guy, this boy, like would put his hands on me and gaslight me into thinking that that's not really abuse because I didn't put force. It was for 2 seconds. It wasn't 20 seconds. So just imagine a young girl. She's believing this boy because there was no father figure in her life to really guide her and tell her or show her what that meant. So, growing up, it was just me and my mom. My mom, she would often buy me a lot of material things because she thought that was the way that Cindy would be healed and she wouldn't remember any of her parents. No one even came to me. I'm 27 now. Nobody even came to me to tell me, hey, this is your dad. I kind of just, throughout the years, my mom would kind of hint, hey, how would you feel if Carlos was your dad? How would that make you feel? But there was never a time where someone actually gave me an answer and said, hey, you need to know the truth. No one cared to say, hey, let's take a DNA test. And I understand because that's scary to find out the truth after years, after many years. It can come to a shock to people. So with what I'm trying to say with that is, here's Carlos that's messaging me. Here's Robert with his second family. And I'm just kind of in the middle, walking through life, not knowing who my dad is. I want to be honest, it doesn't affect me if I find out. Well, people don't tell me the truth. They're just telling me, hey, here's a picture of Carlos. He looks so much like you. And then there's people on Carlos' side who messages me, oh my God, you look so much like your aunt. Oh my God, you look so much like my sister. Oh, you look Asian, just like us. I've seen pictures of Carlos' family. I do look like them. Carlos has one dimple on his cheek. I have one dimple on my cheek. Just one. I don't look like Robert. I never felt close to him. There was always some coldness between us. One aspect being that Robert is very unemotional, very dry, and that's okay, but that's just his style. And yeah, so it wouldn't really hurt me to find out either or. My mom did tell me that she went to Mexico many years ago to sit with a therapist and with Carlos, who is allegedly supposed to be my real dad. They sat with a therapist to learn about how to go about the situation. How do we tell Cindy? How will this impact Cindy? So I was confused. I'm like, so if people are telling me Robert's my dad, why are you with a therapist in Mexico City with Carlos to talk about a potential situation that you guys don't really know, or you do know, but you don't want to tell me? And all my life, my mom would always tell me, one day I'll tell you the truth. One day I'll tell you the truth. One day I'll tell you the truth. One day you'll know the truth. All my life. So I feel like that did more damage than people just coming up front and telling me, hey, this and this happened, this happened, this happened, and Carlos is your dad. Instead of causing a kid confusion, saying this person might be your dad. But there's no guarantee because now the kid is wondering, well, who is my dad? And who are all these people messaging me saying that I'm Carlos' daughter, but then I'm here, all I know is Robert, because I live in New York. My Robert lives in New York. He's the only one I've ever seen physically. But with that being said, yeah, I love people that I love to see people that have a relationship with their dads. I love to see it. I love to see it because it's something that I never had. I wish I had it. There is a friend of mine who has a dad who is a pastor, a very sweet pastor, and every time he sees me, he says to me, "Hola, mija. Hola, mija," which in Spanish it means, in English it means, "Hi, my daughter. Hi, my daughter." It's like a sweet way of saying, "Hello, my daughter," even though I'm not his daughter, but I mean, he's a pastor. I guess that's just a phrase they use. But yes, and many people have said, "Well, why are you so cold? You're not very affectionate. You're not really your typical girl." But how can I? Because when I wanted affection and love from people as a kid, it was never given. So I had to teach myself. I taught myself that that's just weak. It's a sign of weakness. Being vulnerable is a sign of weakness, because that's all I wanted as a kid. But no one really gave it to me, including my mom, which I'm not here to bash anyone, but that is my reality and my story. And I just know that growing up alone without a father figure, it hurts. It hurts. And I know, to all the females out there that have heartbreak, all you want is a father figure to tell you it's okay, you're strong, you're beautiful, you deserve more. But when you don't have that, you have to be strong and pick up your own pieces and be strong for yourself. And I just want to tell you that if you are someone that is, or you're still listening, I want to tell you that it's not your fault what happened to you. And I don't want you to feel broken, because you're not broken. You just grew up with different circumstances, and that's okay, because now you know how to manage a unique situation, and that makes you wiser and stronger than most people. Maybe you're not as soft as the other girls. Maybe you're more strong, more serious. You know, you don't know how to touch that emotional side of you, but you will learn. You will learn, and you really don't need anyone. You really do need yourself. And whenever I feel sad about my situation growing up, I try not to victimize myself. I just like to speak with the truth. There is a Bible verse that I like whenever I feel sad and broken or going through something and no one to really listen to me. I like a Bible verse that says, though mother and father will abandon you, the Lord will pick you up, or the Lord will carry you, or something along those lines. And I feel like that makes me feel better, because though this world, you know, this physical world, even though your parent, your physical parents didn't love you the right way, or didn't give you what you needed as a child, or you grew up without a dad, there is a heavenly Father that does love you and that does accept you and does care for you, and he can love you like no other being can, because God's love is unconditional and his love is perfect. His love doesn't have any conditions. He just loves you as you are. He loves you're sad when you're sad. He loves when you're angry. And trust me, I've had many moments where I'm angry at him and I shout at him and I question him and I'm very ruthless and angry. But I know that he understands that that pain is just hurt. Those words are just pain. Those words are just me hurting. So that's something that helps me. And I help I hope it encourages you to just keep persevering, and, you know, just fill yourself up. I know you can overcome that pain. And how? I'll tell you how. You can go back to school if you didn't. Become so wise and knowledgeable. Keep reading books, keep learning. Become such a powerful person within yourself. Help others, seek hobbies, become so good at something that you forget about your past and the fact that you didn't grow up without a father. Get a therapist. I'm thinking of getting a therapist. But when you become so confident in your abilities because of your hobbies and interests, and you pick up all these things, it's like you feel unstoppable. And the good thing about pain is that it pushes you to be the best ever that you can be, and then inspire others. That's the best thing you can do, is using your pain to inspire others. And that's what I'm hoping to do today. So I see you, I feel you, and we're all in this together. And I understand your pain, but it's okay.